Welcome to this draft online lecture about conversing with or talking to or being in contact with your research subjects. Today you talk more about participants, as subjects is referring to an object and that is not kind towards your participants. So there are people and talk about participants. I made a mind map, as you can see. These are the subjects that I would like to talk about. Finding them, survey versus interviews, the experts, and leaving them. First step, finding your participants. You have to think about the target group, the sample sizes, networking, and approaching them, and then what next. So these are things that I would like to discuss with you. So the target group, who is your target group? Then you specifically have criteria for the certain people that you want to survey or interview or have in your workshop. When are you able to find them? Are they moving around on certain times during the day? And where, of course, that is also relevant. So, for example, children, you can find them at schools, but also maybe at playgrounds. Target group, who, when, where. Then sample size. How many? How many people do you want to find? How many people do you want to talk to? Do you want to have filling in your survey or participating in your workshop or any other method that you use? So sample size or how many participants is a very relevant matter. It is of course just a first estimate, and later on you can check whether you achieve this estimate or you have to get more respondents, more participants, or if you already have a satisfying number. For example, for my research, I wanted to interview 15 senior designers and 15 junior designers. In the end, I interviewed 25 designers. And this is not exactly the goal that I aimed for, but looking at my data, we were quite satisfied with the results and the insights that we gathered. So it was judged that it would be enough for now. Okay, how do you find your participants? Networking. Networking is the key to find any participant. For example, if you have a survey, you can use very easily online networks, but also if you want to find them in real life, also look for networks that can help you find participants if you look for a particular target group. Also, discounts for people that you want to interview or that you want to have in your workshop. So, for example, when I used to find my participants, I used my professional network, people that I met during my studies, or people that I could find through professional networks online, or people that were acquaintances of my peer researchers. Approaching them can be online. If you do an online survey, this is easily, you can spread the survey through the online social media. So you can also use, for example, email to approach interview candidates. However, it seems a bit free to them to respond or not. So you have no guarantee that they will answer your email positively. So calling could be another option. Calling people and to ask them if they have some time for either a quick survey to make an appointment for an interview is also an option. And of course, you can also find people of your target group in real life. Again, the example of school children, if you find them in a playground, you can ask them a couple of questions. Might be a bit scary to approach people directly. However, if you try and you overcome your fears in this, you can have the greatest conversations and the best insights. Then what next? Or and the next? If you find through networking or in real life or online people that participated in your research, that were positive about participation, and you can ask them, do you know somebody else who wants to participate in my research? The difference between survey and interview. For survey, of course, it's often a short time span, and what you shouldn't forget is to ask them also if they have more time, and then to spend some time on it to interview them. Survey is often spontaneous. Okay, yeah, I have the time, I can participate. Oh, it's only short, I can participate. It can be online and real life. Online through online surveys, of course, and in real life if you go out in the street or to the specific location where you can find your target group. You can also approach them in real life. Keep track of how many you have, and if you reach your sample size. It's often more random, but you can check the criteria before you survey them if they fulfill your criteria and are part of the target group. Important is also to find a pilot group, a group of people, 5, for example, that want to test your survey. And these can be totally different from your target group, but maybe it's also wise to have at least one that is part of your target group. And this pilot group you treat a bit differently, and you ask them to be critical about your survey, and if they understand every question in the way you want them to understand it. And then we have the interview. That is more purposeful for finding. You have less people that you would need, so you can select them more purposefully. Important is during the conversation is that you listen carefully to what they say, so you can probe for next question that is not necessarily interview guide, so you can get more insight, more deep into the matter. You can prepare them up front if you approach them through email, for example, or by phone. And you can validate your findings, your insights also because you have a more stronger relationship with them. You have spent more time with them, you prepared them. So if you're finished with your results, you can contact them again and ask to validate your insights. Also important is you can adjust the people that you interview during the process. So if you figure out, okay, this is not exactly the right target group, you can next time select more purposefully the people that you interview. So this way it's more like a journey towards your insights. Okay, and then finally, from start to finish, when you start talking to your participants, you maybe make a promise. You can promise a reward at the end. Explain that their information stays anonymous once you publish anything about this research. So you won't name them specifically in your research article. You explain it to them, and you explain the purpose of the research. This is also important because then they understand why they participate. During the contact, stay polite, and you check if you have enough data. Check always if they filled in the complete survey, or check your interview guide if you have asked all the questions or addressed all topics. Finish, you give the reward to them, summarize what you've learned, talk to them on the street or in real life. Interview, summarize what you think they've said to you. Check the results after a while. You can do that especially with interview participants, and you can also promise to give them the results. You can also do that with a questionnaire if you ask for their email address. So this was a short draft video lecture on how to converse or talk to your research participants. If you have questions, let me know.